Oh my gosh, it's South by Southwest. We love South by. South by is a festival in Austin, Texas. It's just constant concerts in different venues in different parts of the city. Originally, I was only meant to go for the Friday. That's not how it worked out. But I was originally going to go to one show on Friday. There was only one performance. But I went to this first show. Technically, I left the airport, got into an Uber. I apparently did not have the right address. So the Uber was the driver honestly didn't want me to get out of the car until I knew for sure where I was going. He wanted me to call somebody and be like, what's the address? But I was like, what am I supposed to do? Call up Brandon and be like, hey Brandon, where are you? I couldn't do that. I'm still a fan, and I was there by myself. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm meeting somebody. I wasn't meeting anybody. That's just something you tell people when you don't want them to follow you around, or you don't want somebody to know that you're alone. Because it's not exactly safe to tell people that you're alone, but also, he did not want me to leave his car until somebody came and got me, and I somehow got out of that and walked by myself to the venue, which was only 5 minutes away. This was an outdoor venue, and it was really fun and really cute and really, really cute and fun and nice and fun and cute. And I really liked this one. After that performance, I just walked around the city for hours. So many hours. And I was in my heeled boots that I wore every single day. And I just walked around for hours. I sometimes saw other shows and everything, but I would not be able to tell you who they were. Then, I didn't know what to do. I'm not very good when I'm by myself. I do it a lot, but I'm not very good at it. I ended up going back to the airport, and I slept in the airport, right outside the arrivals gate. So I just kind of laid down there, and I kept telling staff that I was waiting for somebody to fly in. I think they figured it out when it was 6 a.m. and nobody had been there, but I had been there for hours already. Because I'd only brought a backpack with me the entire trip, so I had one change of clothes plus my hairbrush and chargers. And that was about it. I did not bring anything else with me, and that was that. So I just stayed in the airport all night. And do you know that the Austin airport has arrivals about every 30 minutes all throughout the night? I didn't sleep. And when they don't have arrivals, they wax the floors. And that's loud. And it was right by my head. So here's the thing. Technically, I was not supposed to stay until Saturday. My initial ticket had me going on Friday and then leaving Friday night. That was what my ticket, or I think leaving Saturday morning, actually. My initial ticket had me coming in Friday morning and leaving Saturday morning. But I was dumb. My mom's probably gonna see this video eventually in like a couple of years or something. But I told her that my flight got canceled. But really, I changed my flight and paid a really gross amount of fees. I was not supposed to be there the second day, but they were like, you should stay the second day. And I was like, what else am I supposed to do? Say no? I should have said no. But also, it was such a good experience on Saturday. Like, Saturday was so much better than Friday. Saturday had 3 shows, and it was just everything. So, on Saturday, I, like, get up, I get ready in the bathroom in the airport. It was not my best. I apparently had a straightener with me. Like, I carried that in my backpack for 48 hours. How dumb am I? Like, who does that? I went to the first show. When I walked in, this was also a 21 plus show, but South by is something where literally, like, if you're 21 plus, you can walk into any show. So I was not the only person there. It was great. But I walked into the show, and Savannah saw me and was like, Kristen, come here, come here. And I was like, 1 second. Because I was like, okay, I have plans for you, but, like, you have to trust me. I ended up sitting next to somebody that I had never met before, and she, like, started a conversation. She was like, oh, so who are you here for? And I was like, them. Like, the heirs, they're on next and everything. Because I think by that time they were, like, setting up, and they're like, oh, like, you love them. And I was like, yeah, I love them. Is it, like, that obvious? But, like, I love them. And she was like, okay, so, like, I'll really pay attention to them or something. And I was like, okay, do that. They played their set and it was great. It was fun. I saw multiple people in the crowd literally, like, look up their name during the show. I purposely didn't put myself in the front, but there was, like, a row in front of me where, like, 4 people in a row, like, all got their phones, or, like, I could see them typing the heirs, and, like, one person, I saw them literally buy their music right there, and I was just like, that makes me so happy. Like, all I wanted was for people to, like, pay attention to them and love them as much, if not more, than I do. And, like, I was kind of, like, seeing that start, and it was really exciting. And then the woman that I had talked to before about the heirs, she came up to me after their set and was like, I get it now. Like, they are really, really good. And I was just like, I'm so happy. Like, this is the best day ever. And it's only show 1. And it was also only, like, 9 a.m. So it was already a great day. And then I was invited to go out to brunch, so I did that. This trip is actually where I had, like, my first sip of alcohol that wasn't wine. I mean, it was literally just, like, mimosas, but I had, like, 3 of them. And that was something. I was, like, 22, and I had never had alcohol before outside of... And this was the first time I ever had it. Not gonna lie, a part of it was because I didn't know how to be like, no thank you, but, you know, we get better as we practice, right? Like, I got better at saying no. And I did that, went to the next show after that. It was an outdoor venue. It was nice. I remember there was somebody there who was just, like, watching them, and I was just like, they seemed kind of important. Found out later that they were.
You can't
that was fun. And then went to the third and final show of the night. And again, this one had a lot more people. This one was really fun. And then I found out after this one as well that there was also somebody that was like super, super important in like the music industry, and I think in a label that was kind of just like scouting and everything, and they like loved the Heirs. They were like, the Heirs are so good. I think there were like some technical difficulties, but they were like, how it was handled was so good and so professional and everything and great. And I was just like sitting there like listening to him like talk to them. And I was just like, this is so good. I'm so happy. Like all of these people just love them, and like they're seeing what I'm seeing, or what I've seen this whole time, and that's all I wanted, and it was really nice.
You told me lies, you do it right. It's what I like, you make it sound so good, make it sound so.
happened, and then I was invited out to dinner. And I was supposed to see Floor that night at 10, but the dinner lasted so long that I completely missed it, and then all of a sudden it was like 11, and I looked at my phone and I was like, oh man, dang it. The only bad thing about that day was at that dinner, the waiter, I think he thought I was the youngest person at the entire table. Because he like, I didn't eat anything at that dinner because I had already eaten like 2 huge meals that day. And like, it was more food than I usually eat in a day. Usually I have like a lot of small meals, but this was like 2 ginormous meals that I had in a very short amount of time. So I just like wasn't eating anything at that dinner. And he like knelt down to me and he was like, "Hi, sweetie." And I was just like, okay, I guess this is where this is going. Awesome. He was like, "Hi, sweetie. If you don't like any of this food, like we can bring you out something different." And I was just like, I'm good. Because I love nicknames. And also, he literally knelt down. Like, I literally felt like a child. Because he was kind of talking to me like one. And I know he wasn't trying to be, like, rude. I think he was trying to be super nice. But I was like, you could have stood up. Like, you didn't have to do it that way. Because I promise, I was, like, one of the older people at the table. And I was just like, love that. I was so mad. It was just, well, no, I wasn't mad. I was just, like, frustrated. And then I ended up going back to the airport after that. And I just went straight through security. When I took off my shoes, I realized that my feet had been bleeding for 48 hours straight. Did not know that. I had not taken my shoes off in that entire amount of time, but my socks were like just like soaked with blood, and I was like, oh, my bad. That must suck. And then I was like, I need to sleep. It was only like, I don't even think it was midnight by this point, but my flight wasn't until 6 a.m. and I was like, okay, I need sleep. So I like curled up underneath some of the chairs in the terminal and was just like, I'm done. And then I flew home. And then South by was over, and it was a really good experience. I don't know if I'll ever go again, but also, like, if somebody was like, hey, want to go to South by with me, I wouldn't say no. So, also, like, I'd get a hotel room. Because as fun as sleeping in an airport is, I don't know if I could do that again. I mean, not to say I won't do that again in the future, but I probably shouldn't do that again. But it was like a whole last minute trip, so that's my excuse for that. It was really fun. I love the heirs. The heirs are now between friends. Please support Brandon and Savannah, because they're nice. They're very, very hardworking and very talented, and I love them a lot. My name's Kristen. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon, and that's a promise. Bye.